Hello, my name is Paul. Welcome back. This is a series I'm making about answers that I believe are forthcoming or in progress of discovery that are changing our world. And this is the fifth or fourth in the series, I believe, or fifth. And I'm going to talk today about secret technology. More and more, we are getting information from a variety of sources and from informants and whistleblowers and so on, that there's technology available that has been worked on by laboratories around the world in great secrecy, covering a lot of subjects. And these days, a lot of people, it's very hard to keep up with the trends and discovery and so on, and we don't pay much of attention to it. But technology that's available to only a secret few is a very big concern. And a lot of times technology is discovered, and especially if it has any kind of military application, it's kept very secret. And of course, these days, you could say, well, just about everything. Okay, computers are secret, and genetics is secret, and electronics is secret. Because there are people who don't want us to know about this secret technology. Now, a lot of people these days are very clever. There's a lot of unemployed and underemployed engineers and scientists and technicians around the world who have all kinds of information. And basically they come forward and say, look, there's stuff out there, all the stuff that you can think of that might be kind of like under consideration and sort of secret or whatever. Jump your mind beyond that a little bit for a few steps, and that people in secret have been working on amazing stuff. Now, for the average person, it's hard to keep up with it. So we're not going to be reading any textbooks or doing any reading or research, but fortunately we have the internet, and we have a lot of really good experts in a lot of fields, and they're talking. And some of them have a lot of time on their hands now because they were unemployed or something, and so they have time to think and make their own projects, and maybe they got a little money stashed away, and they make a little laboratory. So I believe very strongly that in the next few years, 5 to 10 years, we're going to see a lot of very interesting stuff in a whole range of areas. Now, back to our subject of secret technology, we can assume that there's a lot of levels of secrecy, and they have technology and inventions that they're not talking about. You can pretty much assume it. I mean, you can't, it would be stupid to assume that they don't. Oh, well, no, they only know what's at the graduate level in the university. Don't worry about it. We read all the papers, and hey, excuse me, but there's stuff out there that we don't know about. And probably in every field, electronics, computers, weapons, mental training, all kinds of stuff. Now, what can we do about it? Well, like I said, we have the internet. We can do research. We can find out. There's a lot of inventions, believe it or not, that came to mankind totally through dreams and even hallucinations and visions. And sometimes because people were just average people. A long time ago, maybe they didn't have the laboratories that we have, so you didn't have to go through the academic process and become a PhD and blah, 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 and you play the right cards and say the right things, and someone give you some grant money and a little laboratory to work on, and all hush-hush because, we'll give you some money, sonny boy, but, invent something, but we own what you invent. But the human brain and inspiration is incredible. There are people, even young people, there are people who just see fantastic stuff in their brain. And this is going to change our world in a major way because people are getting time on their hands. There's tools and equipment and all kinds of stuff available, and people connect with other people and they meet with together and they share ideas. The corporations and the governments of the world that have the secret technology and power, one thing they don't have going for them is bureaucracy, and they fight a lot. There's a lot of arguing. Oh yeah, I own this patent. Oh yeah, I own this seed, and I own this, and I own that. But if millions and millions and millions of people around the world using their computers and fantastic software that's easily available now, they start inventing stuff, and coming up with it, using their dreams and inspirations and little tools and computers and start designing stuff, we're going to see a major, major shift, I believe, in the years to come, away from the centralized corporation inventions and so on, where people become ingenious on their own. They say, look, I'm fed up with it. I don't need to go through some corporate bureaucracy and blah, 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 and sell my patents and whatever. I'm going to get together with my friends and we're going to build something. Now, people in certain corporations and governments, they don't want that to happen. But the internet and books, all kinds of available information and teachers is making it very impossible, really, to keep a handle and a control on inventions. It's just up to us, individual people who say, look, okay, we're going to go do something. And again, this is a series about what I believe are major answers in the very near future. And one of them, I believe, is going to be involving energy. There are so many people working on this, and there has to be a better way. The entire universe doesn't have a gas tank. We're okay, fill her up every couple of days and, plug my little hose in there and fill it up. How does the universe run? It runs on atoms, and not like explosion-type atoms. You don't see all the other planets in the universe just exploding right and left, but how are they working? Electronic energy, cosmic energy, which is electrical and gravitational. And there are things in the atoms that there's a mystery there. And so I believe that's going to change our culture. Communication techniques. More and more people are going to be intuitive and psychically connected. We are not going to depend on, somebody far away to control what we think and how we experience in consciousness and how we expand and how we connect. People can intuitively connect to each other and have visions and learn things independent of academia and corporate or governmental, quote, permission and grant money. So the secret technology, the fact that it's available, that is there, is certainly going to be a revelation in the near future